Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the globe. This is Jin. Part 2 has officially started. I woke up a little bit early this morning to work on some things related to work, but I did try and kind of get through some of the stuff I could. I think ultimately for me, it's baby steps along the way to get all the stuff done in terms of missions and what have you. So, the purpose of this video, the first part will be just to run through the schedule itself in part 2, but also I will be providing translations for all the missions or whatnot. That way you guys are able to clear it, the ones who main JP and not necessarily, understand the language itself. So, let's just run through the schedule real quick for part 2. Again, it has officially started. The Extreme Z Battle stages for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Mega Shenron, as well as the Super Saiyan Gods should be available at this point in time. So, let's go ahead and talk about it. I think this is basically related to the team campaign where you have to go through, fulfilling certain criteria, like whether it be ACT stamina or a certain amount of runs or whatever the case is. But I'm probably not going to talk about that too much because it's more or less like a secondary set of rewards. It's not really, I don't think, that great, to be honest with you. So, yeah. These guys, essentially, the additional stages are added, so the awakenings are taking place. Essentially, this will be an LR at the end state or final state, so, keep an eye on that one in case you do plan on making 2 sets, what have you. In case you're looking for these particular units, then you do have the Extreme Dokkan Fest, where, the featured units are basically the Easy A units. Now again, these 2 battles are open, so luckily it looks like it is 2 separate Extreme Z battle stages, so you should be able to get a cumulative total of 60 stones out of that if it is like the 30 stones per, Extreme Z battle set stages, so to speak. Now, I've heard a lot of things about this morning over on the Twitter side. New stages were added to the Ultimate Red Zone event. From what I've heard, Strength type Super Vegeta was getting thrashed or something like that along those lines, so if you do plan on including him on a team, just kind of be wary of that. I heard he takes a lot of damage. These guys, new missions added, so obviously missions related to specific categories that you have to be able to clear the events, and you'll be able to get stones and tickets out of that. Now, we don't know yet what's coming up with the top legendary summons for part 2, but we should find out pretty soon. In terms of like the banners being live, my estimate is the banners themselves will probably go live on February 15th with the daily reset, is my guess. Now, this isn't necessarily, related to all the player base, but I think it's worth noting here. The stone cell packs that are going, the pack sales that are going on right now, for the 30 stones and 60 plus 30, they're going to be, I guess, revamped or reset on February 16th. So, just an FYI, and in my case, this is, my case as well, but if you do plan on, if you have these packs available, like the sales available still, and you plan on purchasing them, I would definitely plan on doing that before the reset, because even though the 100 stones plus the bonus, the purple ticket or whatever will still be available, they are going to be like, revamping or resetting or whatever. So, I mean, the deals themselves look pretty good, especially the 30 stone one. So, if you plan on buying it, make sure you do that before the February 16th reset. Now, we do have the 3-day weekend missions coming up as well. That's 21 dragon stones that you can get for free, so obviously that'll help with the, top legendary summons and what have you. Alright, all these guys are part 1 related, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip all that. Let's talk about the missions for part 2 real quick. Okay, so for the missions themselves, you've got a combination of event missions as well as daily missions. I've already covered the ways to get the 77 multi-free tickets, so if you're missing information on that, I'll provide a link in the pinned comment for that. Alright, so in terms of the overall missions, so this should be daily missions for part 2. Let me just check. That's part 1. So daily missions I don't think have changed. So just to revisit the daily missions, just clear stage once, twice, 3 times, consume at least 100 ACT. This is basically the Goku and Vegeta skill orbs event, I'm pretty sure. So as long as you go through all those guys, you'll be able to fulfill all the missions. And, you know, keep in mind, you do have tickets included in that, so it's definitely worthwhile to do it. Alright, skipping all the Part 1 stuff, let's go to Part 2. In terms of like the limited event missions, this is, again, the Goku and Vegeta event. Just clear it once, you'll be able to fulfill that. This is the Bulma Vegeta event, just clear it 3 times. This one as well is basically run through the Goku and Chi-Chi story event 3 times. This is the Gohan Goten event, just clear that 3 times. This is also the Gohan Goten story event, just clear that 7 times, you'll be able to get those tickets and items. Use the support memory once, you equip at least 3 skill orbs, clear stage 3 times, clear stage 5 times, 7 times, 10 times, 15 times, 20 times, 25, and 30 times. So all those are related to a certain amount of times you have to clear stages. And it can be, you know, story event, quest mode, whatever the case is. This is basically related to including at least like 3 units within a specific category. I'll have to flip through like the actual missions page to get that, but in the pinned comment for this video, you'll see the category specified that you'll need for that. This one here, this is basically the Extreme Z battle stages, so you have to clear once, 3 times, and 5 times in order to get the missions for that. Dokkan Awaken a unit there, Dokkan Awaken 2 units. This one is basically cumulative amount of damage of 7,777,777 in damage, basically applied on an enemy. So it looks like the kanji right there should be the cumulative, so I don't think it's necessarily one attack you have to fulfill that, even though it's pretty easy to do that nowadays. This one is clear within 1 turn, so just pick an easy mission where you can essentially clear it in 1 turn. You'll be fine there. This one is basically use a support item and clear, and then this one is basically acquire at least 7,777 Zeni, and then if you're able to clear all Part 2 missions, you'll be able to get all of the rewards there. So I'm just gonna check the footnote here. Yeah, it's not really anything relevant. So I think outside of that, you know, again, there's like the team co-op missions or whatever. We can just browse through real quick. I don't really plan on covering it too much here, but in terms of like, you know, these are just, honestly, it's not even that important. Let me just run through the actual rewards themselves. So it's basically, you know, you have to clear like an event, a specific event 100 times. Like this is 200 times, 300 times, 400 times, what have you. So 500 times. These are all related to, again, team co-op missions. You don't have to do this individually necessarily. These are, in fact, though, the individual missions. So I think these are, you know, some of those are based on rank. This is the rank rewards here, but these are just general individual missions. Like literally, it's just, you know, clear the specified story event from 1 to 50, basically. And I think the story event itself is, let's see, I'm trying to look for the specific mission. I don't know, it's probably somewhere along here. Might be down here somewhere. Okay, yeah, these are all the story events. So basically any of these events will apply toward these missions specifically. So let me just list it out. The Goku and Chi-Chi story event, this is the Bulma Vegeta story event, this is Gohan Goten. I think this is like the DBS Broly movie story event where you have like the 3 different units you can get for free to play, including the Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, I'm pretty sure. This is like the Dragon Ball Super Broly event, so maybe these two are you know, maybe that one is like the kid version, like Kid Broly, Kid Raditz, and Vegeta's, you know, whatever. I think that's what that is there. I mean, you have like the GT story events or whatnot, but I think the main focus, honestly, is just run through the Goku, Chi-Chi, Bulma, Vegeta, and Gohan Goten event. I mean, you have new stages added anyway, so you might as well work toward that to farm, you know, the medals and what have you. So that's pretty much what I would say about that. I mean, there's more information here, but I don't think it's really that important, so I'm not necessarily going to cover it. Everything else, you know, it's pretty much stuff that we already know about at this point in time. I could talk about the events and what have you, but I guess it's worth noting here. So for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the category advantage will be Shadow Dragon Saga, and of course, depending on who you fight, Super intelligence or extreme intelligence, and then super strength and extreme strength will have the typing advantage for that. Now for the Super Saiyan Gods version of Extreme Z Battle, I'm pretty sure it was Pure Saiyans as the category advantage for that. Yeah, listed here, and then AGL types and intelligence types, obviously according to the you know, the different types between the two units, tech version of Goku and then obviously the strength version of Vegeta. So you have type advantage depending on the particular stage, because they will switch, you know, from 0 to 10 or 15 or whatever the case is. I think outside of that is just, you know, awakening medals, just notifications on, you know, upgrades like, you know, unit Dokkan Awakenings or Easy A's or whatever. So I'm not really going to dive into all that stuff. I just wanted to handle the meat of the product, which is like the main celebration schedule, but also the missions themselves. So again, after this video's up, I'll work on the I'll type out all the missions so you'll see it in the pinned comment. All right, so with that being said, I gotta go ahead and close out here, and I've got a meeting coming up in like literally minutes, so I'm gonna sign off here, but hopefully you found it helpful. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later. All right, peace out.